GEICO Agents. It's time to make that transition from football to basketball as the hoop season is well underway. Let's get warmed up for the action on the hardwood. State championship rings have been ordered for football, so it's time to focus our attention on the basketball courts. This year we may not have future NBA stars like Tyrese Maxey and RJ Hampton, but there still is a ton of talent in North Texas in both boys and girls hoops. Let's take a look at some of the players to watch. Let's start with defending champion Duncanville and their smooth small forward, Micah Peavy. The coach's son is excellent at scoring off the dribble and will be relied on to put up points for the Panthers. Peavy is a ferocious dunker and will be taking his skills to Lubbock next year to play at Tech. Over at Lancaster, Mike Miles has been making noise for years now, as Miles is an incredible ball handler and can get to the basket at will. He is the main reason the Tigers are a 5A favorite this year. Miles just recently decided that he will be taking his talents to TCU. How about the big man in the middle at Guyer, Jacoby Coles? The Wildcats were hit hard by graduation, but Coles is now the leader for this team. Coles is a 6'6" power forward who imposes his will in the middle. The big man will be headed to Butler next year. Junior Harrison Ingram has been getting a lot of attention on the recruiting trail these days. St. Mark's small forward is a dominant small forward and has sparked interest from Stanford, Memphis, and the Baylor Bears. A couple others on the boys' side that are worth a look is Mesquite Horn's Zakir Sawyer, who is a Louisiana Monroe recruit. Sophomore Keontae George from Louisville, and Lancaster's junior point guard Wade Taylor. On the girls' side, a lot of players are dealing with injuries. Mansfield Legacy's Harmony Turner and Plano's Jordan Merritt will miss the entire season due to injuries. Turner is Harvard bound, while Merritt will be going to Florida. Sarah Andrews is at the top of the class. The Irving MacArthur point guard will also miss a big chunk of playing time, nursing an injury as well. But the ultra-talented playmaker will be taking her talents to Baylor. She will have a front court teammate, Hannah Gusters, who will also be going to Baylor too. The two will form a dangerous 1-2 punch come playoff time for the Lady Cardinals. Deja Kelly from Duncanville will be a force to be reckoned with for Duncanville this year. The 5'8" guard hopes to lead the Pantherettes deep into the playoffs before heading to North Carolina. A couple of other girls to watch out for is LD Bell's Myra Gordon, who is Alabama bound, Argyle's Riley McKinney, who will be headed to SMU, and Jules Spears from the Colony, who is committed to Wake Forest. It's going to be a fun year for the Metroplex on the hardwood. Let's take a quick look at our first rankings for boys and girls hoops. Coming in at number 1 for the boys is defending champs Duncanville. They're off to a good start again. At number 2 is 5A powered Lancaster, as their up and down style has opposing defenses exhausted. At number 3 is former 6A state champ Allen. They've already gotten some big wins early. Number 4 is the Guyer Wildcats, led by Jacoby Coles, and coming in at 5 is a tie between defending 5A champs Mansfield Timberview and the run and gun Waxahachie Indians. For the girls, at number 1, we have to go with South Grand Prairie, as they knocked off former national number 1 DeSoto. The Lady Eagles with the loss are at number 2 in our poll. Coming in at 3 is Plano, as they've gotten out of the gates quickly. Number 4 is the Duncanville Pantherettes behind Deja Kelly. And at number 5 is those always dominant Argyle Lady Eagles. Before we leave you, we still have the extra point. After their loss in the state finals game, Coach Reginald Samples was asked about his coaching future, and his response was epic.
Reginald, have you given any thought about not coaching next year, or are you planning to coach next year?
I'm having fun with that. If I quit, I'll be coaching Little League somewhere.
Plano's very own Anthony Hines is playing in the Texas Bowl for A&M, and the linebacker was picked by his teammates to put on a little show. That's all we have for this week's episode. To stay up to date with all things inside high school sports, follow our social accounts. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That'll get you ready for the highlight of the sports weekend. Wingstop Inside High School Sports, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5, hosted by Pat Doney. Thank you for watching The Warmup, presented by your local North Texas GEICO agents. To find the office nearest you, go to geico.com/DFW. I'm Ashley Bullington, and I hope you've gotten warmed up for all the hardwood action.